In this video, you will be provided with a quick demonstration on how to install a power outlet. Now, the first thing that you absolutely have to do before you do any electrical work in your house or wherever you're going to be working on the electrical wiring, the first thing that you have to do is to turn off the circuit breaker, because if you don't and you touch these wires, you could get either an electrical shock or even worse, get electrocuted. So it's absolutely important that you turn off the circuit breaker. And now I'm going to show you the difference between the three wires that you see. The first one, the black wire, is the hot wire, and that's the wire that actually carries the electrical current. The second one, the white wire, this is the neutral wire. And the third one, the bare wire, and sometimes it actually might be insulated with green insulation. This is the ground wire. It's basically an escape route for excessive electrical current so that you don't get shocked when you touch something that's plugged in. All right, now with that in mind, I'm going to show you where these wires go on the actual power outlet itself. So on this particular side of the outlet, you can see two brass-colored screws. That is where the black wire goes. On this side, you can see two silver-colored screws. That's where the white wire goes. And then this greenish-colored screw right here, that's the grounding, and that's where the ground wire goes. So let's go ahead and get this outlet hooked up and installed. Now, it does not matter which order that you install these wires in. Just for this particular video, we're going to start with the ground wire. Just going to go ahead and get that put on there on the green screw. I'm going to go ahead and get it tightened up. Alright, now next we're going to install the black wire. I'm just going to go ahead and, well, first let me get this screw loosened so we can put it in there. Alright, let's get it in there and get it screwed down and tightened up. All right, and finally, let's get the white wire in place. Alright, so we got everything screwed down now. Let's just go ahead and make sure everything's tight before we start putting things back in. And that white wire's not in there too good, so let me just loosen that and get that pushed in there a little bit further. Okay. All right, now we're just going to go ahead and get this outlet put in place here. I'm just going to make sure this screw goes in there a little bit further because it's kind of sticking out. Keep dropping everything here. Alright, I'm just going to make sure that's in there. Okay. Alright, now we're just going to go ahead and push everything in here. And make sure that this ground wire does not touch anything, because that could not be a good thing. Actually, it wouldn't be a good thing. So let's just get all this shoved in here. Just gonna go ahead and get these screws started. Now we're just going to get it screwed in here nice and tight. Well, it doesn't have to be super tight, just tight enough that it doesn't move around and Alright, that is nice and tight. Now let's just go ahead and put the plate on. And now the last thing left to do is to turn the circuit breaker on and make sure the thing works. So hold tight, I'll be right back. Alright, the circuit breaker is back on. Let's plug something in, make sure it works. Here we go. And the light comes on, and I am touching the screw that we just screwed the plate on with, and I'm not getting shocked, so those are both good things. Let's try the light down on the second outlet, and it works too. So that, my friends, is how you install a power outlet.